Let's get it. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving your perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Another Wintrepreneur Wednesday, which I'll be diving deeper into it in about an hour or so. Talking Byron Donalds, man. I've been looking forward to this one all week. You know, every day, wake up with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Today, I'm super pumped because it'll be the first time in my life, actually, that I'm actually gonna be voting for a governor, like actually going and registering, making sure everything is good, and voting for an actual governor of the state, next governor, speaking it into existence, Mr. Byron Donalds. All right, so we'll dive deeper into that in the live stream. Make sure you tap in with me there. As far as today's Move Swiftly thought, though, I got to get into this, because I'm a huge Redskins fan, Commanders fan. Whatever it is you want to call them. I personally still call them the Washington Redskins because that's what they will always be to me. Over time, I've really been grown against the name change, and I was kind of, I say somewhat against / neutral towards it as long as, we winning games. But the more politics I see that was behind it, the more that I have to live through in my own life. I think, again, it was one of those things that politicians do, completely disregarding what somebody else is going through and only thinking about their own cause, loyal to their own cause, things like that. That was the reason the real name change came. So all of that is a different conversation for a different day. As far as today's Move Swiftly thought, we're going to talk about what's happening on the field. And recent news, Deebo Samuel is officially a Washington Redskin, or a Washington Commander, whatever it is you want to call him. Like I said, we're going to go with the Redskins for now. All right, Deebo Samuel. Yes, that dude. And I want to just give my thoughts on it because I think it was an absolutely great move if big if here, all right? If we can get the Deebo Samuels that we saw back in 2021 or 2022, I think it was, when they went all the way to the NFC Championship game. I believe it was a little bit before Christian McCaffrey got there, before his injury, before Christian McCaffrey got there. And I think he was hurt. He got hurt within that time frame. Like from the time frame in which he switched his number from 19 to wearing number 1, I think there was an injury or something like that kind of slowed him down, and he hasn't been in the same form as he was. So hopefully, again, if we're getting the version of him that's able to open up this offense, I'm telling you right now, my Washington Redskins are winning the Super Bowl this year because the missing piece offensively, all right, the missing piece offensively that we didn't have a real, what they like to call gadget guys. They didn't have a real guy that was, making it so the defense had to respect what that player did in multiple positions. The thing about Deebo Samuel, if you really go back and watch tape on Deebo Samuel back in his heyday, and again, like I said, we're going to wishfully think, hopefully we're getting this version of him. Back in his heyday, he would line up at running back, he would jump in at the slot, there would be all sorts of screen passes for him. There'd be so many things about Deebo Samuel that'll make a defense say, look, we got to figure out where he is. The issue, if you really watch that Philly game, the NFC Championship game, when Philly took belt to ass to my took a belt and just tapped all up in my my Redskins ass. The issue that we had offensively is we weren't dynamic enough. We depended too much on that big play. I think Terry McLaurin, he had one big play towards like the middle of the game, and then everything else was kind of just some screen passes to Zach Ertz, little tight end stuff like that. Wasn't enough weapons to get us downfield and make it so we can keep up with what Philly was bringing to the table offensively. And offensively, Philly was bringing a lot to the table, as you guys saw, right? They put up 54 points on us, and we had to keep up with that. And also, not only that 54 points was made because of turnovers. There was several turnovers that we had, several big plays that Philly had, to where you take away those, it's a more of a respectable score. And I think with a playmaker like Deebo Samuels, what can start happening is now you're able to stretch out some of these drives. You're able to keep the defense disciplined. You're able to make it so they're not just reacting to what Zach Ertz is doing. They're not just game planning for Scary Terry. We didn't have much of it. We had a running game, but for the most part, the running game was Jaden Daniels and, him, depending on him to pull it and make plays. You don't want to put your quarterback in too many of your franchise quarterback in too many of those positions where they have to run and all that. So overall, main takeaway is if we get the version of him that's able to do multiple things, then I'm really, really happy with the trade. If not, then it could be a disaster. I wouldn't say it's a disaster, but it could be a player that's really kind of ineffective. All right. So all that being said, make sure you tap into the film session breakdowns. Film session Saturdays. Every Saturday we do a brand new game. The goal is to become a play-by-play announcer for a college football season, for college football this fall. So breaking that down every Saturday. And main website to check out to dive deeper into everything I'm doing, all the work I'm doing. It's makeyamove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one, Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.